Hi everyone, back from the trip, and before I settled down for the evening, I came in here to check my voicemail and my email, and I had a couple emails from a couple different people regarding meat now that I'm a year out, and I wanted to let you know that I don't know about anyone else that has had Dr. W. Christian Oakley as their surgeon or whoever their nutritionalist was, but I was specifically told to try to stay away from beef, or really to stay away from beef until I was 6 months post RNY gastric bypass, and so I did that. I actually did not try beef until I was, Alan, 7.5 months, and I am now 13.5 months and can zero tolerate beef. And so just to let you guys know that I no longer eat 4-legged, 2-legged, or 1-legged, 3-legged cows. I don't do beef anymore. I don't do ground beef, I don't do carne asada, I don't do steak, I don't do roast, I don't do beef jerky, I don't do anything that's beef because I've tried it all, especially ground turkey. It feels like somebody, like Freddy Krueger, is in my stomach and wants to claw out. I don't know if that happens to anyone else. I would like to hear from you if it does, but I cannot do beef. So beef is not what's for dinner at our house. I have found that I replace whatever we used beef for with ground turkey. Ground turkey, I realize, tastes completely different than like the turkey bird you would, cook for Thanksgiving. It doesn't taste anything like turkey. It's ground turkey, but it doesn't taste like ground turkey. I also just recently found ground chicken. Sits completely different inside my stomach, inside my pouch, than ground turkey does. I had a huge problem with chicken as well. It would always get stuck like right here, and I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. It's like just it's stuck. And for a long time, I think before I took down my other account, I had videos up of when I could actually start really having chicken, which is just a few months ago, like 4 months ago, if that I could actually have a piece of chicken without it getting stuck. I would have to, really anything, post-op, you have to chew extremely well, small bites, take your time, and I still find, even being after a year out, that just, this weekend when I was gone with the girls, getting caught up with conversation while you're eating a little too fast, or eating too big of a bite, it still gets stuck 13.5 months out. So I have to still remember, slow down, smaller bites, especially with meat. So to answer your guys' questions, what meat do I do? 99.7, I was going to say 9, but 99.7% of my daily meat diet comes from turkey, ground turkey. I make turkey chili, turkey tacos, turkey. Anything you could use ground beef for, I just substitute for ground turkey. I also eat a lot of cheese and meat rolls. I have found that the budding chicken and turkey lunch meat at Walmart, I use that and I roll it up in string cheese, and that is exactly 4 ounces of meat, and each cheese stick is 1 ounce. So it's already pre-weighed, so I know exactly how much food I'm eating, which is really nice for on the go, and I don't have to take a digital, food scale on my purse and weigh everything. But I really watch the ounces that I eat now, because you're able to eat more and more often. But I can honestly tell you, for the first few months, for the first 7.5 months, I had no interest in food whatsoever. Like I've said before, Dr. Oakley just shut off that switch for food. He always said, well, I could have stuck a probe up there, but I didn't, and so, I don't know. All I know is the meat that I could do is turkey. I just tried ham at Thanksgiving. It was okay. Didn't sit like the ground turkey does. Kind of had some rumbling going on. None of the real bad, what I call scratch hurting. Like the beef just completely tears me apart. So, I no longer eat beef. Maybe I'll try it again in another year. But for right now, I have a food fear of beef. So, and for a long time, I stopped eating chicken too. Even low-fat, skinless, boneless, it doesn't matter how small of a bite I took or how well I chewed it. What did it do, Alan? With the chicken, it got stuck and I would get really ill. So, I also had a question, did I get dumping syndrome? Yes. I dump on fat and sugar. I dump more on fat than I do sugar. I get more symptoms. I really can tell the difference in how I feel if it's a fat thing I've dumped off of or if it's a sugar thing I've dumped off of. I don't really test the waters with fat at all, but like certain things will have like 2 grams of sugar in it, clear up to 10 grams of sugar in it. And like I've tried, I don't do any kind of sugary drinks at all other than decaf coffee with Splenda in it. And then I'll do these, Crystal Lights that are already pre-mixed. I'll take these with me, and I still do Crystal Light at 13.5 months, but I don't do carbonation. I don't do caffeine unless it is in the Diet Peach Snapple that I have once in a while. That's the only caffeine intake I take. I will tell you that I did try a couple sips, or actually a couple drinks of Allen soda. It did the same thing to me that beef does. It tore my stomach apart. So, I don't do that. And I will tell you, my biggest addiction prior to this surgery was not soda pop, but carbonation. Really, diet, caffeine-free Pepsi was, my life. It was just something I wanted to have all the time. So, with that being said, I just want to let you guys know, no beef, no chicken for a long time. I do chicken now in moderation. I just don't really like the way it sits too well either. And I do turkey bacon, real lean turkey bacon, and can't do pork bacon, too fatty. So, all I can give you guys advice is everybody is different. Everybody can tolerate different things, and that's just my experience. And so, I hope you all had a good weekend. I did, and stayed busy and had a fantastic time with my mom and with my sister. And after my sister had left doing the thing with her kids, it was just my mom and I, and it was fantastic. And I just want to give a really good, even though he's sitting here, a really big shout out to my husband, Alan. I came home and bless his heart, I really let some things go, and it's because I've started working from home, and this is going to be a big video, but I'm sorry. He had the Christmas lights put up. He had the entire kitchen clean, the dining room clean, the spare bedroom clean, both bathrooms cleaned, toilets, sinks, and bathtubs scrubbed. Our bedroom completely clean. Spencer's room clean. Spencer's kitties have had a cold. He's given them their medicine, and it's like, they're playing, they're all better. He had no behaviors with Spencer, but that comes along with rad children. They really keep their behaviors for the primary caregiver. But I gave Spencer the opportunity to come with Mommy, and he wanted to have a daddy's weekend. So great. He had no behaviors, and Ellen did the entire house. The entire house. I love this man. My life is so good. I'm so blessed, and thank God every day. And I thank God for you guys, and you all take care. Sorry for such a long video. Bye.